all this stuff in the background was in 2021, all the frustration that was expressed, but you look at what's happened in college athletics during the ensuing 3 years, and I think it shows that our presidents and chancellors, our athletics directors, the leadership at Oklahoma and Texas had it exactly right. We're the one conference where that southeastern designation is that quadrant we occupy still. We have a geographic connection, we have a philosophical connection, and I'm really enthused about our future.
So, President Harroz, I've asked Commissioner Sankey a lot about those difficult days. I'll ask you, because you were on the other side. There were things you could say, there were things you couldn't say, but when the reality struck 3 years ago that this was going to happen with you and your colleague in Austin, we're ready to make the move. Take us back to that moment in time.
Yeah, the conversation started well before that. The idea made a lot of sense. We put it on paper, and on paper it made sense. It made sense for the university. It made sense for the state of Oklahoma, which is important when you have more than one university in your state. And it all made sense. But as soon as it started to get real, there's a level of anxiety because you knew at any point it could get disrupted. So for me, the anxiety was mainly about, is something going to prevent this? Because we knew it would be the right thing if we could just get it accomplished.
It's a very simple question, but you two are in the business of keeping things secret because I'm not. I tell everybody everything I know. How did both of you? Because that was a moment that the wrong leak could have blown the whole thing up.
Yeah, we had a president's meeting in early June where I just laid open the reality that both Oklahoma and Texas were interested in pursuing membership, and it was a stop or start moment with our 14 presidents at the time. And then there were conversations that took place, but part of the stress that I caused for Joe and for Jay Hartzell was, I said, you have to make your decision about the Big 12. The way their relationship was structured there, we're not going to entertain applications or make commitments. And so there was a point that was explained, I think, very directly in June, where you'll have to make that decision, and then there's going to be a point of risk for all of us. They could have gone someplace else. I think their interest, they decided, was with us. I also said, when you notify the Big 12 and then apply here, I can't guarantee you an invitation. That's subject to a vote of our membership. And that vote, that vote took place a couple days later. It became unanimous, which I credit all 14 of our universities for that. And there was some difficulty in that across more than just one of our campuses as they tried to sort out the future. But what was central to the conversation was our decision making, and again, I think this has been supported by what's happened the last 3 years, allowed all of our 16 universities to influence their direction together rather than to be subject to what happened around them. So think about what happened in 22. Think about what happened in 23 with conference movement. We got to make our own decisions, and we decided these 16 universities are the right affiliation. But very directly, there was a gap there where the University of Oklahoma and the University of Texas knew you're going to have to make a decision about the Big 12. You're going to make outreach to us about membership. We have to make a decision. In the interim, it could go any direction.
To be clear, I was terrified. I'd like to say I was sweating worse than this in these conversations. He kept his word at all times, and he did it with great integrity. The key, I think, Paul, was the president of the University of Texas, Jay Hartzell. Chris Del Conte, despite his performance on your show, was a steady hand that kept it together, and Joe Castiglione. And then the leadership of our University of Texas didn't balk. Anyone could have leaked it. Anyone could have blown it up. It wouldn't have been that difficult. But through the commissioner's steady leadership and others, it had to be the right alignment, and it just came together in terms of the people that you could trust. And believe me, individuals tried to pick off Oklahoma and Texas separate from each other. But because of those relationships, we stood together.
And from the moment of the story during media days, we never talked. They knew there was interest. They knew that I could not make a commitment. I had presented fully to our presidents and chancellors, and they had to make a decision about the Big 12. That was done on that Monday. They applied on Tuesday. We offered the invitations on Thursday. They accepted on Friday, and here we are today.
And what a day it is. I know there's a lot more to do, so we'll let both of you gentlemen move along for the celebration, but congratulations
Paul. It's an honor to be on your show. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.